Hey, I think we're live. We're live. It's working.
There we go.
We just don't have Jim. I don't know
So
if we can't pin comments or anything, but we can run this live.
So we've just taken over Jim's channel.
Yep.
We've kicked him out.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. What's happening, tackle junkies? Today we're gonna talk about baits. I got a whole bunch of them on my wall here. What did he have planned? Did he have anything planned? What are we going to talk about?
No, he didn't have anything planned. He said we'd talk about. I think he said we'd talk about fall fishing. Guys, just so you know, Jim is having some technical difficulties, which Jim always has technical difficulties. Thank God for Jim's wife, Mrs. Tackle Junkie, because she's the tech savvy of the bunch.
So fall fishing. Anybody having any luck? Let us know in the comments. I threw a crankbait today. I'm not going to tell y'all what kind. Nick, Fatboy Fishing, I saw him in the comments. He's in here. He already knows what's up. But I caught some fish. It was a good day. I didn't get any bites on the big glide bait, so that sucked. But crankbait fish.
What kind of big glide bait were you throwing?
A Debo custom that I painted.
Ah. I've seen some of those. I've commented that they are pretty.
Thanks, brother.
They look good.
Let me know if you want one. I got some saved aside.
I will never turn down baits.
Jim's like, oh, yeah, I'll take some.
Yeah.
Got a place on my wall for it.
It's like, have you tried that Debo custom? Yeah, I've got it right here.
Yeah, it's right here. Let me show you this one. Chris asked if I tried the mini A-Rig yet. No, Chris, I have not. I didn't even bring it out the other day.
What mini A-Rig are you using?
The one you told me about, is it Shane's?
Oh, the Shane's, yeah. That's a real good one.
Yeah, I showed that one off and was talking about it on my live a couple lives ago, telling how you showed me those, so I grabbed some. Somebody else said they liked.
I love them, too. I love Shane's A-Rigs because they're a lighter wire A-Rig. And so the thing about Shane's that makes them great is, a lot of guys are so used to the heavier wire. But what I really like about the lighter wire is that when you give that real handle maybe a quick turn, that those wires flex and they make that bait pulsate. That's why I'm a big fan of Shane's, is that light wire. Now casting it and stuff like that. You're going to bend the wires a little bit. You're going to have to make sure you're readjusting a little more than you would say a Umbrella or Flash Mob Junior, because it's a lighter wire than even those. But when you but it's what I like. The same with a spinner bait, and that's what you got to think about it. It's just a big spinner bait.
That's what I was telling people. Yeah, that you said that to me, and I'm like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and so now, don't get me wrong, you're not going to tick you can rig it, and I do this a lot too. You can rig it with weedless Texas rig belly weighted hooks, and you can really drag it through the junk, which works. But most of the time, it's got such drawing power that you can just fish it right over top of stuff like, brush piles, lay downs. So those fish will come up out of there and chew on it. But what I like about it is where it's a softer wire. When you give it a little quick turn and stop, it'll really pulsate and flare, which looks like a more realistic bait ball.
Yep.
So, and the replaceable arms don't hurt a thing either.
Oh, those are replaceable?
Oh, yeah, that top screws off. That. Yeah, that head screws off.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you can just give the call.
Let's see. Who did Jim get? Jim got a donation from someone. Leather stocking angler. I got my butt handed to me in North Carolina today. Skunked twice. Yuck. Sorry to hear that, man. I think there's another one if you want to read the next one.
That's from Vogel. I don't know.
Mike Vogel.
Yep. Mike Vogel, yeah. What are your suggestions for working a crankbait from the shore in the water with algae and clutter on the bottom? Been cleaning a lot of salad off. You know, Debo, you can probably answer that. I can a little better than I can from the bank.
Well, I think either of us can answer that. So he said for working a crankbait from the shore and waters with algae. So what kind of waters, or what kind of waters? What kind of crankbaits do you work in ponds and lakes and stuff that has that kind of stuff from a boat standpoint? Mm-hmm. I know you fish mainly the clear stuff, but when you run into that stuff, what do you do?
For me, it's always going to be about, especially if he's cleaning a lot. That's number one. I want a crankbait. I like a square bill or something, or a deeper diver square bill, something that is going to get down and just barely tick that grass. I like a stiffer rod, so I don't like the parabolic rods, the glass rods, or the combination rods, whatever they're called. I want something a little stiffer because when I do get it buried up in the grass, you grab the rod by the butt, hold it by the reel, and just give it a couple of quick snaps. A lot of times that'll get you bit as soon as that bait breaks free. That's kind of how I do it.
I agree. Yeah, this time of year, Mike, we kind of touched on a little bit on my live. For me here, and I don't know where you're at, Mike, but like here in the Midwest, I fished a lake today that had dying grass and dying vegetation, like the skinny like stalk stuff with like the leaves at the top, and then kind of that we call it coontail around here. I don't know what the actual name of it is, but fishing the outsides of that. So we had like a pretty hard line of it, and staying on the outside of that, I was getting bit. So you are cleaning off after every second cast, I'd say, because you have to make your way through that to get it brought in. But it's worth it because that's where the fish were at. I mean, they were hiding in that stuff, so it sucks cleaning it off. But I mean, if you're only getting a couple cranks in and just getting caught up in stuff, you either need to get on the side of it, or like Hank said, stay just above it, because a couple of the bigger fish that I caught were out off that line. But like Hank said, I was ticking the tops of stuff, and I was just using a big hard rip. I would be reeling it, just go. But I agree with you, Hank. You don't want the real soft crankbait rod, because then it feels like you've got a rubber band tied on the end of your rod trying to pull that free, and it's just, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like again, Hank just said, a belly weighted swim bait, or like a underspin, something like that to get it through that grass. If you're battling grass from the shore, a belly weighted weedless swim bait is great this time of year.
So Jim says, looks like we are knocking it out. By the way, Jim is texting us, guys. Maybe I'll just FaceTime him and just hold him up here, though.
Put the phone up.
Yeah, just hold the phone up for his own channel.
Jim, we'll send you the bill after this for running the live tonight. It's okay. No worries.
So G. Kim asked, is it wrong to use WD-40 on the reels? Should I be using real oil? I would say real oil. Maybe WD-40 to initially clean them out some. But I'm a real oil guy.
For sure. Yeah, WD-40 is not just a lubricant. WD-40 is a cleaner too, and it's got a whole bunch of other stuff in it for eating. I believe it's got stuff for eating grease in it, and WD-40's got so much stuff in it. Definitely you want to just stick with real oil, because I don't know how WD-40 would do on some of the graphites and plastics and stuff, and it's not viscous enough to like if you're using WD-40 on everything, like grease on gears and oil, tiny bits of oil on the parts that are sliding or moving. But yeah, I would definitely stay away from that. What else?
Let's see. I seen another question here. Daggone it, where'd it go? It was a really good question. Basically,
go ahead.
It was basically just what baits so far are working this fall for us. I'll let you go.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
For me, not a lot.
Okay, maybe I should go.
Just to be honest with you. I mean, this time of the fall for me, which I'm in the true beginning of the fall transition, and a buddy of mine used to say this all the time, the guy that owns Ledgehead, Tim Saylor, and it's sort of this time a year for me. Right now, it's all about junk fishing. It's literally, the saying is, if you catch a fish on one bait, put it down for the rest of the day. you won't catch another one on it. It's just here and there, this bait, that bait, and that's kind of what it is. If you, I've been fishing 3 times over the past 3 weeks, and it's literally been like flick, shake, wacky rig, jig, spinner bait, Ned rig. So, it's just a mess of things, which I'm getting ready to go in the morning. So I'm hoping that maybe we're going to get some moving baits going. We're going to have some buzz baits, some crank baits. We're going to have some spinner baits, jerk baits, and that's where I'm going to start tomorrow.
I like it. G-Fan did drop a $5 bomb. I'll read that real quick. Which is greater, number of fish caught or number of lures bought? P.S. Drink if your answer is the latter. Which is greater, number of fish caught or number of lures bought? Are we talking forever, or? I mean, for me, it's going to be lures bought. I buy way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we're counting all dinks, then dinks caught for sure. But somebody else asked where Jim was. Jim is having camera difficulties. We're hopefully going to get his butt in here, but for right now, he just let us go live. We're hijacking his channel for tonight. Hopefully, y'all like it. Hopefully, we didn't. Do we still have anybody in here, or is there like 2 people watching?
I think we've got 3.
So people talking about WD-40, yeah, don't use WD-40, folks. Let's see, what else is there?
We've got 85 in here, so pretty good.
I just saw a good question about, I don't know where it went. Oh, here, David Jones says, anything you'd recommend keeping plastics in terms of scent and keeping pliability? For me, I try to keep them in their original bags as much as I can. The problem when you go to like a Plano or whatever, if you mix different types of plastics, different plastisols, so if you get like a like an Elastec or even some of the plastisol, like just the regular plastics, if you mix them, it can turn out really bad. Like you can melt the plastic, and like I had to throw a whole bunch of my cool old stuff away because I had no clue what I was doing when I was younger, and I just mixed stuff, and then it just eats at the plastic. Somebody was talking about making sure you use, like, as long as you keep the same baits, like in a virgin box, so a box that has never been opened, you put the baits in there and you just keep that, you shouldn't have an issue. I honestly don't keep plastic in boxes. I know some guys do that, but I don't. I keep them regular bags.
Me too. I keep them in the regular bags, and let's see. I don't know if I've got one, but Flambeau makes a deep, like a double deep box that's just open. I don't remember the number of it, but I take in the boat with me how I organize my plastics in the boat, and it helps me try not to bring every stinking soft plastic I've got. I'll have about 5 or 6 of those for this one compartment, and I'll just kind of label, hey, here's crawls and creatures, and here's worms, and here's this, that, or the other, swim baits, this type of swim bait, that type, because I've got, like, out of those 6 boxes, 3 to 4 of them different types of swim baits. So, but and now I keep them in the packs, but I just lay them in that box. And it's big enough for, when, like if you're using things like the clamshells with, what are they, the Kitex and that sort of stuff, they'll fit in there too, and you can lay them all down. It's not a problem. Stores them easy.
Dude, there's some funny stuff going on in the comments. Let's see. Kyle just jumped in and said Minners. Thanks, Kyle. Yep. Throw some Minners. What else? G-Fan said BassGeek and Debo are going to do a giveaway. TJ's entire tackle room. Boom. Yeah, man. We should run an awesome giveaway tonight. Jim said he put a box together of about $400 worth of baits. All you have to do is comment.
You've just got to go to the Patreon that me and Debo just set up.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, look, Hank and I entered, and we actually won. That's crazy. We won $400 worth from Jim. What else?
Thanks.
Jonathan Thompson with the donation. Camera fund money for TJ81. 3 nights in a row, Debo. Yeah, man, I've been grinding. Cabela's has some waterproof Plano boxes for cheap. Great to put the bags in for transport. Yeah. And like the soft bags too. I think Gramps actually got some of those. They almost look like a big shaving kit. That's what Randizzo calls them. I got some from the 6 cents sale thing, and they essentially look like a big shaving kit. You just take the top of it has like, well, here, since y'all are playing the game, let me grab it.
I actually like to use those, exactly what he's talking about. I like to use those for my line, bring an extra line in the boat with me. So I actually like to use those, what you're talking about, to put my spools of line in.
Yeah, they've got all kinds of these on the market. This just happens to be the one I got from 6 cents. I'm really digging, but it's got like the big handle here. Then you pull it like that, and then it's got this big open thing. So then you can put all kinds of plastics in here. You can lay them this way. This isn't organized, but you can lay them like this, so you can keep all those plastics in their original bags and store a bunch. And I like it for, bank fishing and, just throwing a few of these in the truck. I've only got 2, but, just tossing those in the truck. Then I've got a whole bunch of stuff to choose from, and then I can, throw a couple in my bag and come back. So.
Can you mute Tackle Junkie 81? He's spying.
People are taking a sip every time we say, "Oh, hold on, let me reach for a lure." So this should be fun.
Yeah. So what's the progression? What kind of happens at your in your waters? You're at home. What are you looking at? Are you starting to get to the peak time of the fall right now?
Oh no, it's definitely turning. I mean, the fish I was catching today were thick. They're definitely eating. I'll show one, but they're definitely starting to put the feed bag on. It's not like crazy yet.
Yeah.
I went out this morning and the pike were going nuts. I couldn't get any of them to commit and actually bite, but they were just going nuts, chasing and pushing bait. But yeah, they're starting to feed up. Let me see. Like this dude that I caught was short, but I mean, I don't know how well y'all. Oh no, I can't show it. It shows the lure.
Oh yeah.
But you can barely. That's my hand. Like that dude was fat, but he was not long at all. And that was like 3.5 pounds for.
Everybody is pausing it right now to see that lure. You really
Go back. But yeah, like it just goes so quick for us here. That's what I really hate. You got the guys down south talking about, oh yeah, we're going here, but we're going, fall fishing this time of year or whatever. And I'm like, damn, we're going to be frozen like a week, and you're talking about fall fishing, So it just progresses real quick, and then we have like a span of 2 or 3 weeks where I feel like it's really good, and then it's starting to get to the slower stuff. That water's getting cold real quick, but I don't know.
It's kind of the same for us. It's I mean, we get it a lot longer, but it just comes later. It's just we're still honestly 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even a month from it really starting to, there was the summer topwater bite. That's dead now. Now you get a little something in the morning. It's still hot during the days. So, that's over. There's no topwater bite at all going on right now. And then about mid-October, you'll start to see that come back around and start to get hot again. So you'll see a lot of them coming up shallow and starting to feed and school up. So we've got a while until it starts getting really good. End of October, 1st of November for us.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Last year, I got on a crazy day last year. It's honestly about this time. It's always about the time of my birthday. We usually have at least one good day where it's just stupid. And like now, that's interesting that you say topwater's not going on. Like you don't have any luck with like walking baits or anything like that. Like right now, is it kind of that lull? Is it that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's already happened for us where it was just a grind of days. Now we're starting to catch fish here and there. They're definitely up shallow. Like they're moving.
Well, when me and you were talking earlier, they just had a the Mountain Division Super Tournament on the BFL. Day one on Cumberland, it took 9 pounds, just over 9 pounds to lead. So, that's that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yep. Gramps, how is it fishing out there for you? So he's in Indiana. I'm in Iowa. David Jones asked what states we're located in. I'm in Iowa. Jim's in Illinois. He's about 4 hours south of me. And it's crazy how much like that 4 hours makes a difference, because Jim and I will talk about water temperatures and stuff. And it's crazy how much that 4 hours south for him. It always seems like we're about 2.5, 3 weeks ahead of him. And it's only 4 hours, And where are you at, Hank?
Is like the location? Is that what you're?
Yeah, he was asking where we're from, like what states you're in.
I'm right on the I'm right on the Tennessee Virginia border. So
Tennessee and Virginia.
Yeah. So which Kentucky is literally like 40-minute drive. Of course, North Carolina is 40 minutes. I live like almost where they all converge.
That's awesome.
So
smallmouth, I've got on a few smallmouth a few weeks ago, little dudes. We don't have, I shouldn't say we don't have any smallmouth places. We do, I just don't fish for them enough. We've got the Mississippi, which obviously has a ton. We got a few lakes, but I don't get out in the boat and fish from a ton.
Now, for me, that's what I start to target once we get into the fall. Like right now, probably my next group of off days, because I work a swing shift for my day job. I just fish this small lake up here. It's nice and close. But right now, until probably close to the end of October, I'll start going down to Douglas Lake, fishing some topwater down there off points. But then once that we really get into the last week of October, the first week of November, that's when I'm going to fish for the schooling topwaters. Jim says that every time, we're on here, he's like, we somehow circle around to me catching them on a Rico popper over 80 foot of water. And that's pretty much what I'm going to go do. I mean, it's fun, man. Gosh, they get crazy. So
yeah, catching the schoolies like that is a ton of fun. I don't get to do it a ton, but we've got a couple like big impoundments that fish like a Clearwater reservoir here. Mm-hmm. And man, we'll get them sometimes like that, dude. It's so much fun. Here's a good one. Joseph Keller asked, recommendation for fishing clips to tie to the end of your line so you do not have to retie quite as often. I'll tell you the ones not to use, and that's the snap swivels that have like the brass part in the middle, where it's just like a deal like this that comes out, and it's just a straight wire. So you take the straight wire, push it in, and it comes out like that in a little U. You put your lure on, you just push it on like that. It's just a straight deal. I've bent so many of those out, like, when I was younger, not even on like big fish and stuff.
Yep.
Those type of snap swivels. And that's why Randy and I always joke about it, because we'll find like a pack of eagle claws, laying next to a thing of minnows or worm, containers. And it seems like people just go to Walmart and pick up some, but I can't tell you enough. Don't buy those.
No.
There are good ones out there. Do you have any favorites? I don't use them a ton. I think Spro, and there's another one that I like. It's like the little round one, kind of like the deal on the chatterbaits, and egg shaped. Maybe it's a VMC. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen that one. Maybe I have too.
I'm sure you have.
Who is it, man? Owner makes some, Mustad makes some. Just, any real reputable company like that, like you said, VMC. I mean,
I want to try have you tried the ones where they're like,
they look almost like a paper clip?
Yes. And there's no clips on it. It's just a paper clip looking thing. You thread it on, but there's no like mechanical.
They work well. I think I actually have a pack over here.
Oh, there we go.
So I'm not digging through it to find it. It's down low, but they're over there somewhere. I've got a pack. Yeah, that's I've got to the point to where I use them because they're just so much easier. All right,
we got him.
I don't know if it's gonna work. Does it working?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, we can see you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Yeah, I had to set my phone up, and neither camera would work. I have no idea what's going on. So
Did they overheat
for me. No, they didn't overheat. It won't. Real funny.
It's not funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Neither camera would connect to StreamYard.
Hmm.
I have no idea.
Well, we got
But
you
you guys,
and you look
you guys are
beautiful.
doing a fantastic job. I'll tell you that though.
You should have done your hair though. A little disappointed.
I'm not digging the giveaway you guys wanted to do. You know,
What? $400.
I heard
That's
something
not
like
even
a
good giveaway.
$400 giveaway. I wasn't really digging that, but
Oh.
Yeah. We're gonna.
All right, what's all you know? I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick.
We're only doing the giveaway if they donate to mine and Debo's channel, though. That's the deal.
man, I tell you, it's a cluster every other Sunday. I swear.
Oh Lord!
I was rushing around. Where were you supposed to be looking at? Okay, I was rushing around before I even started the stream, trying to make videos out in the garage, and I put a set of steps on my boat. So there's a handle, and I'm trying to make sure the handle clears the garage door. So I got my son out there, and he's watching me back in. Well, he's paying attention to the handles. Oh yeah, you got plenty of room. Come on back. So he's watching the handle, not watching the back of the boat. Motor drills my table, puts a big hole in the table. As well, Mike, at least the handle cleared it, you know.
Yeah, I think it's been a rough day for about everybody. I'm talking to my buddies. Shout out to my buddy Jared up on Cumberland Lake, Kentucky, and we're sitting there on the phone. You know, him and his wife are kind of little heated conversation. He's going to pick hot dogs up and gets rear-ended.
Oh man!
I was like, "Oh, dude, are you okay?" And he's like, "I'm good, man. I got to see what's going on." I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry, so sorry."
Terrible, dude. It's been one of them days. I tell you.
Yeah, I think
it's one of them days. I wish I just would have stayed in bed or just went fishing. You know.
Yeah.
I swear, I'd rather have the handle smack the garage than the motor cream my table. You know. Gosh.
Oh man.
What are the odds of that, you know? Man, I tell you. Well, I appreciate you guys taking over for a while.
Hey,
I definitely did not expect that. But you guys definitely are the right guys for the job, that's for sure. Oh man. That's great. That is great. You guys are doing a pretty good job with these comments here. I mean, I could take off more often.
Chris, Russ said, said, just a heads up, TJ, we're playing a drinking game tonight. Every time you guys conveniently have a lure nearby, we drink Debo's. Nearly 2 already.
Yeah, that works.
It'll take like 5 minutes, and he'll be a double that. So
like, I don't even have a drink. Man, down to Mountain Dew here while she was working on the computer.
I've got the clips over here, but I'm just telling you, I'm not digging.
Have you used those, Jim? Did you guys talk about it while it's gone?
What's up?
No, the paper clip style clips, fast. They're called fast something.
Like snaps.
I don't know. Yeah, that you can like put on to change lures quickly.
I use Norman speed clips. Have you seen those?
Yeah, the speed clips. Yeah,
the Norman speed clip. It looks like a split ring on the end, and then it's got a little bit of deal, like a little crimp deal on it.
Oh no, those I use. The ones I'm talking about are like they literally look like a paper clip. You literally just thread them up on there.
Oh, okay. Those are cool. I've not seen those.
There's just I think they're just literally called something speed clip or something like that.
Gotcha. So how have you guys been doing with fall fishing? I didn't catch all your guys' stream, just bits and pieces, you know. That's how it's been here, man. It's been rough.
It's all right. It's been picking up here. I'm surprised yours hasn't picked up. I was just talking about it. Seems like you're always like a couple weeks ahead of me, so I'd have figured yours is starting to get going a little bit.
I mean, the main lakes, I've been going there twice a week. I'm lucky to get a bite there. And even at the ponds, it's been tough. I get caught one the other day about 4.5, but other than that, it was a few small ones all day. And the same for the last few weeks. It's just nothing but small fish. And not many of them either. I'm talking just a few of them.
I'm thinking reverse now. It would be the reverse. I'm probably going to be ahead of you now since we're cooling down. Right, I'm usually thinking you're ahead of us in the spring. Right. You warm up quicker. So
yeah, you're probably much cooler than I am right now.
soon. Yeah, what was it today for you? I think today we were at like 78.
Yeah, I think it was 88, and actually it's 90 and 92 Monday, Tuesday here.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's the only hot days we got coming up, and then it drops again.
Yeah, I think Wednesday and Thursday it's supposed to be hot.
I think water temps were about low to mid 70s last week.
Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be 88, it says.
It depends on where I go. If I stay on the Virginia side of the smaller lakes, I was out Thursday, it was 73 water temps. If I'm in Tennessee, water temps are still probably 78, 80.
Mm-hmm.
So
cool. We were just talking about A-rigs earlier. Who's doing well on A-rigs?
not me. Debo was talking about
I was just talking about those Shane Baits that Hank told me about.
The finesse version, which the A-rig bite for me really I can get some bites, late in the fall, but for the most part, that's like an late winter, early spring bait for me. So,
that's cool. That's something I just never really got into.
Even in that dark water, man, that dirty water you fish, you ought to be throwing and as much as you like spinner baits, it's just a big spinner bait, man. It's just a spinner bait.
Right.
And it's got a lot more drawing power than a spinner bait does.
Mm-hmm. Right. I guess I could get a lighter one. I guess I'm always thinking just how heavy they are. Me not fishing all that deep.
Yeah.
But I guess I got.
Yeah. Well, the Shane's baits, it's all about the weight that you put on it. And I don't know what's the regulations in your guys' state.
I thought we could do 5.
Y'all do 5?
I thought
I can do 5 in Virginia. I can only do 3 in Tennessee. So,
but even heck, if you do, I guess you're going to get quite a bit of lift if you're doing swim baits. You'll get some lift from the swim baits.
Yeah.
Even if you do 1/8 ounce heads, or what's kind of the rule of thumb? Do you want like a bigger one in the middle, or?
Now I can fish an 1/8 ounce head. Generally, I fish 1/8 ounce head all the way around. You can do a bigger one like in the dead center. If I have to do 3, like I'll do 2 bigger ones on the bottom to keep it from spinning as much, and then just a lighter one on the back. So it really, everybody's different, and truthfully, some people don't like the spin. But what I like about the Shane's baits is that head is actually a swivel too, so it doesn't matter if it spins. And you know what? The more action, the better, in my opinion, on that. So if it's spinning, I mean, I tell people all the time, they're like, I like it to stay upright. Well, have you ever watched a school of bait, man?
Right.
But I like the lighter wire too because they flex. So it, when you're sitting there reeling and you do that quick reel.
And those wires, those are interchangeable too, aren't they?
Yep, they are.
On those Shane baits?
Yep.
Yeah, so who's saying I didn't know that? You can replace them or whatever.
It doesn't like unscrew or something like that? The head unscrews?
The head does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I threw it over there.
That's cool. Even then, you're still probably talking, if you go 1/8 all the way around, the swim baits themselves and the actual A-rig, so you're probably still talking an ounce, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's my go-to weight. For you, shallow as you're fishing, I'd be like a 16th on most of them. And, maybe, and I'll tell you, your boys at Picasso, I love their dummy heads because they actually make a weighted dummy head. So even when I'm in Tennessee, I can have a weight instead of just the hitchhiker keepers, which aren't weighted. So
I'm assuming since I can throw 5, I'm better throwing 5 hooks. You wouldn't throw any dummies.
Yes, no, I'd throw 5 hooks because a lot of times what will happen is, and this is why people don't like an A-rig a lot. A lot of times what will happen is they'll do it just like a bait ball. They'll just run through it. And then, as my buddy used to call it, the eagle claw of death,
Right.
He used to call it that because he'd fish behind me and he'd just see this giant thing come out his face.
How are they around brush and stuff?
Fish them above brush.
Gotcha.
To the each side. Now you can take belly weighted hooks and man, you can tick it, just like you
that could be the way to go. Yeah.
That's the way I started fishing them, but I've just got to the point now that they draw so well that now, and I'm just so used to that 1/8 ounce all the way around, and the rod reel speed that I use.
Mm-hmm.
Start out with a low speed, medium speed 6.3. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of guys throw them on 5.4s, 5.5s, 5.6s,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of stuff. I've got 2, so if I wanted to stay a little
Mm-hmm.
deeper, I'll
That's
throw
cool.
it on 1.
Hank, real fast, Christopher here is asking, how did you do on Lake P on Wednesday? He came by and saw your truck there.
Oh, well, I don't want to spoil the video.
Oh, we got a video.
But
must have done all right then.
Well, kind of the same as the last 2 or 3 trips. You know,
Gotcha.
it was moving baits this time, so hopefully they're starting to chase just a little bit. But we caught one good one, I'll just say that, and a couple of and then we committed the cardinal sin and left bites to go look at other areas. Yeah, didn't get a bite the rest of the day. Come back down there and was filming a wobblehead video that one of my subscribers asked me to film, and as I'm throwing this wobblehead, it's like and I'm like, oh. I was like, we should have stayed down here.
Dude, you need to get your wife back out on the boat. That was a pretty cute video, man.
She's she's got she's a newbie, man. You know, I've been fishing since I was, just a kid. So, I'm excited, but I'm excited, internally.
Mm-hmm.
She don't go that often. I'm gonna tell everybody, don't get your hopes up, because I love my wife and she loves fishing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, she also loves to sleep in on her days off.
My wife, same way.
So, listen, she was off on vacation for like 2 weeks, and I had to basically order her that she was going with me the next day.
Right.
I was like, you have slept in for a week. I'm not going fishing. I'm not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. No, you're going. I don't care. That's basically what I told her.
Oh, that was great when you're sitting there kind of explaining things. She's like, oh, yeah. Like, she's totally agreeing with you, like she knows,
Well, she does. She's fished before. I mean, I've took her out. She's caught, good sized fish. But, what's real funny, what I didn't cut out, and I'm not, she'll never watch this, thank God. So I'm telling on her. It's been so long, which really irritates me because I do love having her on the boat with me, but it's been so long. She first gets the spinning reel and she turns it upside down. She's like, no, that ain't right. And I'm just watching her. I was like, I can't believe you don't remember how to do that. So, but yeah, she's fun. She's always fun to have out. And I like to take her out when I can just hand her a Cinco and let her go,
Right. See, Art, appreciate the $5, buddy. He just got in the stun us. Isn't that the new Berkeley jerkbait? That's what that is?
Yeah.
Going to try them out tomorrow. That's cool. Everyone, we got about 10 people in here. We're going to do a random giveaway for an MTB Elite box here at the end of the stream. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure we'll figure out some fun way to pick a winner. Keep it real. What's going on, Donnie? How you doing, buddy? So I think you guys handled pretty much of the comms earlier, didn't you?
Oh, we were so on top of it. They might.
You guys are doing work, man. I need to do this more often.
I did. I was going to look. I got some stunners. We haven't had anybody taking a sip lately.
I need to get a water or something.
I'm out of beverage, so.
Yeah, I'm thirsty too, man.
I'm not going to partake anymore tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I know that disappoints a lot of you. But I do have to get up early in the morning.
Go get me water. Yeah, I thought you're upstairs. Oh. Old Bateman's in here. He says, gonna call me crazy, but 8-3 to 1 for an A rig isn't bad idea. 8-3 8-3 to 1, huh?
That's fast for me, but I mean, that's burning it. I mean, if you're up shallow, like again, Jim, if you're
Keeping
fishing
it out of the
really,
wood.
really up
Yeah,
shallow,
not a bad idea at all.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Even like fishing a crankbait or even like a chatterbait on a 7-speed, I don't like the drag that you feel on the reel.
yeah.
I'd rather have a lower gear ratio for the power. So
That's me.
I would think you'd feel a hell of a lot of drag on an A rig with an 8.3. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be for me. It might work, but it ain't going to be for me.
Yeah, but now I know on like the Tennessee River and stuff during the spring, and I know Baitman, he's out on Kentucky Lake, and I know that's one of the deals out on the flats throwing that A rig out there, and I could see that even working in the fall when they're pushing them up, because I know Hog Farmer makes like a super light. So if you're up there on those flats and you're burning it, that sort of thing. Where I'm up in the mountains, I want it to contour that bank a lot. So, a little bit slower reel is better for me. But now if you're out there fishing that sort of setup, I could see that would really help out. But
Adam's been catching all these live streams with Debo the past 2 nights, and you 3 dudes are best combo. Dude, Debo's been putting in the work, man. That's why I felt bad about even asking him today, because I guess I've seen him on 3 streams the last few days.
He has been. I think this is the 3rd. I didn't even know it until we was talking about it.
Yeah, he had his own. He was on what? He was on Rudd's, and was he on somebody else too?
Well,
yeah, I felt terrible.
I might as well do one on like Monday and just have him on tomorrow.
I'll wait till he gets his headphones on. Hey, Debo. Hank's streaming tomorrow. You up for
it? So we'll just go ahead and get you on tomorrow to be on 4 straight for you.
Dude, just do it. I'm grinding while I can. I can be dead in a week, so might as well.
You've been putting in the work, man.
Yeah.
You've been putting in the work.
I was looking for those stunners or stunners. I had a little box of them. They didn't.
You mean they're not right behind you? They're not right behind you?
No, sorry. Oh, what the heck I did with them? I had a little tackle warehouse box.
What's going on, Bill? All right, see if we can grab some questions here. Richard, appreciate $5, buddy. Hell of ass. Appreciate $2, buddy. Lower unit fund. Were you on earlier? I couldn't believe it. For anyone just tuning in, I was kind of rushing around all day. I was making a few videos in the garage, and I just put a set of steps on my trailer, and there's a handle for the steps, and I wasn't sure if it would clear the garage door. So I got my son out there making sure it's going to clear the garage. He's like, oh yeah, you got a foot, and he's still watching it. So I figured once he realized I was going to clear, he would have looked at the back of the boat. And next thing you know, bam, I hit the table, crunched the table with the prop. But that's kind of how that kind of summed up my day, really. Could have been worse, I guess.
Here's a let's see, daggone it, I lost it. Of course. David Jones, would you gents clue me in on seasonal patterns and tactics? Thanks, fellas.
Where's that at? What minute?
It's up above Richard, who donated $4.99. Just about 3 comments up above that. I don't see the time on it.
There we go. I got you. Would you gents clue me in on seasonal patterns and tactics? Thanks, fellas. What you got?
Go ahead, Debo. You just got back.
Well, I'm going to go smaller water stuff. So you hear so many of the big channels talking about, okay, everyone, bass are going to be chasing shad, get to the backs of creeks, do this, do that. And a lot of like the people that I talk to, they're like, Debo, what do I do? Like I might be fishing a 10-acre pond that's shaped like a fishbowl, or a lot of the, 500-acre lakes I have around here have no channels running into them, no creeks or anything. Like I was saying here in the Midwest, like in Iowa today, I had success on, and actually that's been that's been 2 weekends ago. Grass is dying off here. So I was saying I'm not, what would it be, a horticulturalist? I don't know my aquatic vegetation. I should learn names, but we have like the stocky stuff with like leaves on top. I don't know, whatever that stuff is. And then we call it coontail. That stuff's dying off, getting brown. When you snag it and bring it up, it's dead. But when you find that good green stuff, so right now, like bass are in the good vegetation. If you have vegetation lakes, they're in the stuff that's still alive. So if you can find those pockets where it's alive, the stuff that still has a good line, like an edge where you can cast parallel to it, find that. But I mean, it's the same as everybody else talks about. You don't have to have shad in your lake for them to feed. You know, water temperatures go down.
Yep.
You know, bass are going to start looking to eat, and right here in Iowa, they're finally starting to get going a little bit. It's not full, you know, crazy, but I was telling Hank, I don't remember if we were live or not yet, but we had pike here just going crazy. And you know, pike are always a little bit ahead of bass, colder water. But dude, they were just going insane this morning. I went to a lake that had a bunch of pike. I couldn't get any of them to eat my stuff, but dude, they were just destroying poor bait fish. It was a bad day to be bait. I think those probably have shad in there, but
we have a ton of shad in our lakes, and I try to follow the shad around and throw a lot of top water in fall. But I think that ends up burning me most of the time, just because you have so much competition. I mean, there's so much shad. Yeah. You see the bass blowing up, you know, and like I said, I'll just throw a top water in there. But I mean, it's hard to beat the real thing. So after wasting half of the day following the shad around, then I'll just end up pitching wood or pitching grass, like Debo's saying, whatever grass you got left, or if there's a dock, something like that. But I mean, for the most part, I do try and follow the shad around. But like I said, it burns me more than anything, you know.
That's something I like to get.
Chasing around schoolers.
Yeah, dude, that's something I'd like to get good at. We've got a little fishery here that is a cutoff of the river. So it's like, I don't even know if it technically connects to the river. It might, but it's like a cutoff. So, you know, we've got the big river that goes through, and then it's like a little side deal. And it's, I don't know, maybe 40 acres, like a little lake, 50 acres, something like that, 60 acres. I don't know. But anyway, we were out there, and I asked question, so this would be a good one for maybe both you guys to get on too. Jim kind of brought up, we were out in the boat and there was so many shad around. Like it was insane how many shad were in that lake. Like I literally couldn't believe it. There's a kayaker going through and he's like, yeah, I'm getting ready to use live bait, and he just takes this thing and brings it up and it's just like full of shad. And I'm like, how do you, because we went out that morning and they were just bass, and there's good sized hybrids in there, and they were just destroying stuff. Like you could see them up shallow, just lambast and just destroying them. And I caught one really good one on a topwater walker, and I'm like, oh dude, it's going to be a good day. And then I didn't get a topwater bite after that. And I know, Hank, you said like fishing under them sometimes the bait balls, but when there's so much, is it just like, is it just hard? Like I don't fish.
It is, especially if they're up shallow. If they're up super shallow to where you really can't get under them, sometimes you have to go out on that deep edge. You know, and I mean that's the thing. You've got to stand out. You know, you can't. This is not the time to match the hatch. You want loud baits, rattle baits. You know, you want big baits, bright baits. You want underspins. You know, be slightly bigger. I know. You know, everybody talks about in the fall downsizing. This on an underspin, you know, believe it or not, is a great tool for me. Even the slightly smaller one, but a half-ounce underspin is what I'm throwing, and I want something that's got a lot of kick, a lot of action, because when you bring these through a ball of shad, a lot of times they're just that shad, as that line comes through, it's going to part, and so then all of a sudden you've got this juicy steak just swimming right through the middle of it, and they think that's a bigger fish that's feeding, or a bigger shad. Those shad are running from it too, and the bass are looking at these little tiny shad that are going crazy in this one big slow moving bait or steak, and they're going to take that shot. You know, top waters, you know, unless I see the bass break, I'm not throwing a top water. If you have to really learn the difference in the sound of shad and the sound of bass and the sound of bluegill, that's a big key of knowing, because you will waste, and I have wasted days chasing flipping shad that were just, you know, being chased from underneath. And you got to remember, if that bait ball is 10 foot from surface to bottom of that bait ball, and those fat bass come up underneath them, that whole ball is going to do what a ball of bait does. It's going to run to the top. They're going to flip, but that doesn't mean that that's bass feeding top, you know, chasing them all the way to the surface.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So
let me ask you, we were talking about the A-rig earlier. So if I got a ton of shad, like, so there's been times where I'll be on a 50-yard stretch and there's shad all along the boat, the entire cove. Yeah. So if I'm only in 6 to 8 foot, is that a situation when you would toss an A-rig?
I don't know, man. I just maybe, you know, I mean, I might try it if I'm not getting bit on anything else. If there's a ton of shad up there, I'm generally not
Yeah,
going
there's
to
a ton of
throw.
shad in these lakes.
Yeah, I mean, if they're up shallow, if there's a ton of shad up there, I'm generally not going to throw that A-rig. For me, that's just me. Generally, I'm going to throw something that's going to be a little bit bigger, make more noise, or put off more flash. I mean, an A-rig.
But you can get the A-rigs with the blades, right?
Yes, and so you could throw an A-rig out there. You know, put a little bigger baits on it, or just a flashier color, something, you know, and draw them out. But I don't have a lot of luck doing that. That's not to say that some guys aren't just extremely proficient at it.
Like I was saying earlier, I waste so much time sometimes with them. I'll leave the area. If there's a ton of shad there, I'll just leave the area and just go pitch wood, you know, just because it's so tough with all that competition there.
Now, I will say, and I preach this all the time, and this is the time of year, you know, for you guys up north, you know, Debo, you know, Jim, you guys, I mean, it should be on like Donkey Kong, a good sized jig right now. Everybody preaches all the time about throwing, you know, bait fish. But then you hear everybody. I seen somebody in the comments earlier. Man, we had to clean out a ton of crawfish out of our live well.
They're just putting on weight. They'll take whatever.
Yeah. Well, see, the crawfish right now, they adult crawfish, 3 years and older, will only molt most of the time 2 times a year. So in the wild, so they're going to come out right around that full moon and that new moon in depending on where you're at in September and October, and they're going to shed. And the bass know, you know, they're putting off certain pheromones into the water. The bass know when they're soft shells, when they're out there. And so that's why you start seeing bass. Everybody's talking about right now, oh man, you know, shad. No, I'm telling you, the better bite. And especially like on Tennessee River lakes, they're lower in the lakes right now. So all those crayfish that are up there, they're having to march back, you know, with that water draw down too for the winter. So a jig right now is something that not a lot of people is fishing. Right. And, you know, 2 things, like if I go fishing tomorrow, me and Debo was talking earlier, I'm going to throw moving baits early, and then I'm picking up a jig and a wobble head. And the reason why I like a wobble head is because I can run that wobble head through anything, you know, and I can still cover water, because right now those deep fish are coming up and they're in the same area, but they're moving. They're in wolf packs. They're circling. They're moving. They're on the move. When the sun comes up, when it's early morning, they're shallow. When it's as soon as that sun comes up, they're going to drop down, and but they're still feeding. They're still roaming, a lot of them. Now, some of your shallow year-round fish, that's when they're going to pull into the timber, the trees, the docks when that sun comes up. So,
Debo, we forgot to put them on a timer.
Yeah.
It's so much info. I can't cut them off. It's so much info. I was thinking, wait a second.
Is this whose live is this? What's going on here? Oh, it's just Hank Hyde.
I was ready.
This is like one of my favorite times of year, man. It's tough right now, but it's just slowly going to get better. And gosh, you can do so much stuff from top water to power baits.
Dude, I wish I could fish a wobblehead more. Like from the bank, it's just so hard. You know, casting deep and trying to drag it up stuff is just Snag City and big rocks.
Now, do you use or either one of you guys? Do you guys use wobble heads that are already like pre-made, or do you buy like the separate heads and the hooks? Like I know Strike King, Mustad, they have the head separate, and you can put whatever hook you want on there. Or do you already have them pre-built?
I've only used the pre-made ones.
I only use the ones I can put together because they're so versatile. Debo, I'm gonna tell you something you should try. You should try a wobble head as a swim bait head.
So that's one of the things. It wasn't a wobble head. It was actually a jointed shaky head.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do that a long time ago with the little paddle tail on. That worked awesome.
There you go. That's my favorites. The tungsten ones.
Yeah.
I like the tungsten ones too because, again, my favorite size is a 3/4 ounce.
Right.
So, and I'm throwing that up shallow and working it down deep.
Shallow in 32 feet of water.
Well, it might start in 5, but it ends up in 25. So, but that's why I like them. You can size it perfect to the bait that you're using.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about those. I think people don't really talk about that a lot, or people that are kind of new to it, or I guess I did, from what I'd heard other people talking about, is fish it like a shaky head, and that's not the deal. Like, you're casting those out and you're reeling them, on the bottom like a crankbait, like they're just something going through. When you look at footage of the like the biffle bug, kind of that deal.
It's a reaction bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be fun to do. I'd like to get on a good solid bite of that.
It's it is literally one of my favorite baits. It's one of my. I literally have. I don't have it in here, but I've got a rod and reel. It's an Akuma TCS, I think, and a Helios. Oh my god!
Helios?
Yes,
you use the 7.6 for that, don't you?
Yeah, 7.6, because I use it both on just for covering water, shallow to semi-deep, and I use it out on ledges. Now, ledges, I fish it a little bit different. I fish it more like a Carolina rig. I throw it out there, and I just kind of side sweep it, reel up and side sweep. So, I mean, if you're fishing out there in 25, 30 foot of water, you need like a 2-ounce head to go.
Right.
So, and I do wish somebody would make one of those. If you're listening, Mustad.
What's the heaviest they got? You said you use 3/4?
Yeah,
they go up to 3/8.5.
An ounce, I think. Is now for you, and you like square bill so much, man. That would be a great put a 1/2 ounce on and just throw it out there and tick 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 tick.
Right.
You want something where you can fish it, pretty quick. And even if you throw that 3/4 out there, you can fish it even faster. So
I'll give it a shot, sure.
Really, weight doesn't matter. It's just how fast you want to fish it that the fish want it.
Right.
How fast or slow.
All right, fish in the southeast here, a little this or that. I have not used the clout. I think, Debo, you've probably used it, haven't you? So Cinco or the clout. I'd have to go with Cinco just because I haven't used the clout. What do you guys got on that?
Both. I've had good luck on both. I would say durability of the clout's a little bit better. Obviously, unfortunately, the Yamamoto is soft, but it's kind of the give and take. Like, people knock that kind of stuff, but there's something about those real soft baits like that just they get hammered. But yeah, I like both of them.
Is the clout, is it salted?
It is salted. Yep. Oh, here, hold on. Let me grab one.
Oh, go figure. He's got it right there.
I'm a Cinco.
Drink it up.
Yeah. I'm a Cinco guy.
Right.
I know they're soft, but they've just got the fall rate, the twitch. I mean, I use a lot of different, I've used the Bass Pro Shops, the Yum Dinger, and it's something about that sink rate and twitch, man. They got it set right.
What you got, Debo? Okay, here we go. So everybody can take a sip. But this is the color and worm juice. I haven't used this color yet, but yeah, if you look at it, it's like a green pumpkin, glittery with like a watermelon top. It's like a two-tone. I like these.
Is it kind of like a sprayed grass color?
No, it's like a watermelon with like a regular pumpkin on the bottom, like not a green pumpkin, but like.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of a half and half.
Blue flake in there.
Yeah, there's like purple, blue. I don't know if this color's
like a
good
watermelon candy kind of ish.
You can see there when you pull it, it's got that salt in there. But yeah, I like them. They've got this like hexagonal pyramid looking, like bumps on it, which is
don't pull your worm too hard, you'll break it.
Yeah, don't tug your worm too hard. That's that deal.
It's not a last
here. Right. Doug, big support of the channel here. Appreciate the $5, buddy. Looking forward to using all the info on my camping fishing trip next week. First time using my kayak for a week-long trip. That should be a good time, buddy.
What's up,
Wish
Mr.
you luck,
Doug
man.
Shelton? He's been a long time
Yep,
subscriber on my channel. He's a good dude, yeah.
Let's see here. Angel, what's up, Debo BassGeek, Tackle Junkie, watching y'all during my hospital stay. Y'all are helping me distract myself. Y'all are awesome. I hope everything's all right, man. Speed recovery for you.
Yeah. Yeah, get well soon. Gosh.
Joseph Keller, appreciate the $5, buddy. How would you fish a lake that is blown out with dead or dying grass? To be honest, the main lakes that I fish, they don't even have grass in them. Do you guys fish a lot of lakes with grass?
Yeah, and kind of what I've said is now it's dying off now. Like, find the spots where it's still alive and green. They're not usually in that dead stuff that's brown and gross. Find the good green stuff. You can find the pockets of that, and that's where they've been for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't fish a lot of grass, but if I was fishing a lake that's completely dead and dying, like Debo said, any sort of grass that's more alive than the rest. The other thing would be fish the shallow edge and then go fish the deep edge.
With all that clear water you got, Hank, you don't have a lot of grass in those lakes?
No, man. Believe it or not. There's a couple on the Virginia side, but they fluctuate the Tennessee lakes so much that, you know, it just, I mean, when I say they fluctuate the Tennessee lakes, like the two or three real clear lakes, Watauga, South Holston, Norris, I mean, you're talking about a 25 to 35 foot drop of water. So
what is the deepest that grass will actually grow?
Now, on the Virginia side, on pound, there tends to be just a few spots of grass. Generally, I'm going to say probably that 12 and 15 foot range.
Gotcha.
So that's about the deepest I've normally seen it.
Debo, what is your favorite wacky rig worm? Wait, are you grabbing it? Were you grabbing it? You have ears in. Were you grabbed and did you already see the comment, Debo?
I did, yeah. And I almost got a chick magnet in my face there. So dude, you can use a ton of a ton of different stick baits. That Clout, I had really good luck with that Clout, a Yamamoto Senko. The one new this year that I'm actually really happy with and surprised with, I think is probably my favorite, is the 48. And it's kind of like a mix between going with like a flick shake and like a stick bait. Like, it's just kind of a weird worm. It's not as thick as like a Senko, you know, that type. I don't know, just kind of a weird worm. And I've only run it weighted. So like a weighted wacky rig with like a 1/16 or a 1/8 little, you know, weighted wacky deal. I really like these. I've never used them before, and I had a lot of good luck. They have a good action. But yeah, I mean, any stick bait, wacky rig it and go catch fish.
The missile baits, they got an awesome color selection too.
Yeah, they got a ton of awesome stuff. Good, you know, I really only used like their D-bombs, and I put in a huge order earlier this year and been trying their stuff. They got a bunch of cool lures. I haven't used a ton of theirs.
What's that one website that's got a bunch of like the custom colors? Is it like not Tournament Tackle, or is that what it's called? You ever seen that? They always advertise like some special runoff colors. I think some of them are for missile baits, some are for reaction innovations. You haven't seen that?
No.
It could be. I don't know why Terminate Tackle's coming to mind. I'm sure some of these guys in the comments have seen that before, but it's always being advertised on Instagram. Michael, appreciate the $3, buddy. Michael's a huge supporter of the channel as well. Appreciate you, buddy.
Last night.
What's up?
He just won my giveaway last night.
Oh, did he?
He's a good supporter of my channel as well. Yeah.
Very cool. We got 125 people in here. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up, please do so. Really do appreciate that, and stay on, because at the end of the stream we'll pick a random winner for the Elite Box,
which is full of $400 worth of goodies.
$400, that's right. For those of you just getting on here, I actually wasn't on my own stream for like the first half hour. These two dudes were running the show for me, and they were going to have a $400 giveaway for you guys.
of Jim's stuff, not ours. My stuff. Let's clarify that. Hey, I've got one I want to answer. Christopher Sproles. Hey, Hank, how durable are the Ramsey baits you fished the other day? The worms are extremely durable. They're the core shot style baits, man. He makes some good looking colors. Guy lives right up the road from me. I didn't even know it.
Oh, cool.
Julie said one thing I'll add is wacky worm with girth. So we're not playing that game tonight.
I don't have any drink, so
yeah. However, Julie, I did want to say, because Jim just said reaction innovations, and I didn't even. It's my go-to. It goes without saying. For sure, my favorite stick bait of all time is the pocket rocket. And as far as a wacky worm, the smaller, like 4.5 inch, is probably my favorite all-time wacky worm. Whoever asked that question, but. Just for being new, I like that 48 because I never used it. But yeah, you can't go wrong with the pocket rockets. They're goats.
Matthew says, Debo, TJ, and BassGeek, any of you guys use a Huddleston before with any success, like the 68 HUD or just a 6-inch? I have not. I'm not a swim bait guy.
I've thrown it and I can't catch anything for the life of me on anything over 6.5 or 7 inches.
I kind of gave up on that. I was throwing the S-Wavers 168. I haven't caught a fish yet bigger than the swim bait. I kind of gave up on it. Yeah.
The hoodies I like to throw on South Holston in the winter when
the hoodies. Is that like the?
Yeah,
that's what the cool swim bait.
Hoodies. Yeah, they must be one of the cool kids.
Hey, bro, I caught a 10-pounder on my 47-inch hoodie.
That's what us in the know cats call it.
Yeah. Us dummies don't know about it.
I'd rather not be in the know and call it a hoodie. Count me out, man. I'll stick to my square bills.
The hoodies. I like them during the wintertime a whole lot. I tend to do better with those in the wintertime. Now, you'll do all right with them, when they're out deep during the summer. But I like the trout ones during the wintertime, during the late winter, early spring when they're still out there deep.
I won't be able to say Huddleston without laughing from now on. I'll be thinking the hoodies.
I really can't believe you've never heard them called hoodies before.
No, I'm not one of the cool guys.
Okay, in the comments, how many people have heard them called hoodies? Am I just making this up? Did I dream this?
Maybe it's just the way you said it. The hoodies,
With my hillbilly.
That's funny.
Chris
going with 10 horse. 10 horse, Sloan Factor.
Gabe's going to be on my show next week, my live, next Saturday.
Oh,
yeah.
Who?
That's cool.
10 horse.
10 horse.
Yeah, I like his.
He's not too far from me.
I got to say hey to Country Girl Fishing. She's a big supporter.
What's going on, Kyle? Appreciate the $5, buddy. Bob, appreciate the $5 as well. Recommendations of a soft plastic to put on a rig. We were just talking about a rigs earlier. Hank, that's on you, buddy. You have
got me on the.
You ever put hoodies on an a rig?
You got me on the timer, right? Okay, here we go.
2 minutes. So, give him 2 minutes, Jim.
Largemouth. I want something with not a lot of action. What's the little baits? Oh my God, skinny dippers. Something with not a lot of real wide action. Smallmouth spots. I want the swing and fat impacts. Wintertime swing and fat impacts because it's a slower bait. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, how's that? Did I do good?
Tick tock.
I think I'm good.
Record.
I've got several videos on that, by the way.
Good deal.
Michael said, "Yeah,
cool,
we can practice skipping them across the ice."
Cool Granddaddy Sweets forever. This or that. Fish all day next to a Karen, but catch your new PB, or fish the other side of the lake and catch 2 fish just under your PB.
Oh God, I don't know.
That's easy. I'd rather catch 2 just under my PB.
Yeah,
I don't really like a lot of people like being around me, especially like that.
and I've got a little bit of a temper.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a jerk, like that. I don't like people around me, but like, I mean, people like that. Like, if I had somebody on me all day, like trying to fish, like I want to relax and enjoy myself. You know,
mhm.
it'd make a great YouTube video. People love the
Right.
care and stuff.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
We got to think your new PB, let's say 8 pounds, and then there's 2 under your PB, so 2 7-pound. Yeah, 2 7-pounders.
Yeah,
Nothing
I'll
to,
take 2 7-pounders
yeah.
for a video and not have to deal with.
Yep,
Amen.
I'm with you.
that. Oh, thanks.
Here's a good one. What's been your favorite new combos so far this year? What you guys got? I'll start. I'm loving the Helios SX rod and the Scorpion DC, the new 2021 Scorpion. That thing is awesome, man. Now I haven't thrown it yet. Well, I've thrown the Metanium, but I just put the Metanium on the Kistler Helium. I mean, that's like a $900 combo. That thing's, dude, it feels so good in hand. I have not tossed that combo yet, but one that I've used, yeah, Scorpion DC reel and that SX rod, dude, it's awesome, man. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know for rod. I would have to think on rod. I've actually used quite a few rods. The Tatula SV, what is it? Daiwa Tatula SV TWG, the silver one. Definitely my favorite reel of the year. Love that reel. I think it won the iCast award or whatever too. It's such a nice reel.
The new Tatula SV?
Yeah, the SV TWG, that silver one. Have you thrown that yet or no?
Yeah.
Are they still unboxed?
No, I thought that one.
What'd you think of it?
I like it. I think it's actually better than the original, or the, I guess, last model SV. Before, I think the last SV, I don't think you got quite the distance. Where this one, I think you got the control and the distance. We talking about the same one?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting my reels mixed up. Zillion. Daiwa Zillion.
You know what?
SV
Because I was
TWG.
thinking to myself, I didn't think it was silver.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Zillion.
Knew that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Zillion. Yes. Pac-Man
Yeah, no.
got it too. Sorry.
And I was thinking maybe it's kind of got a silverly finish. I thought it was kind of bluish, but you know.
Oh, my bad. That reel. I don't know. There's a number of rods I've used. Yeah, I've got the Kistler, the KLX that I've been in love with. The TFO actually that I never hear people talk about. Ben Nowak and is it Fishing the Lone Star? I want to say is his name. Were the two guys that I'd only seen talk about him. And like, dude, that rod is solid. FX. My guy Philip, I don't know if he's in here. Got me turning on one of those. Lots of stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, that new Zillion is awesome. I love how compact it is. I got it on the cranking rod.
Yeah,
but
dude,
there's something about that new Scorpion, dude. It's awesome, man.
For me, it's kind of a combination. I think my favorite combo, and really I just started using it. I put it together earlier this year, and it's the Psycho Stick, man, from Makuma.
Oh yeah, that one too. Yeah, this one.
The Psycho Stick. I got a 7.5 heavy action. That's my new sort of just do anything jig. You know, it's the one I've always got a Arky style head. I can cast it. I can skip it. You know, I can swim it. It's kind of do anything. Somebody made fun of me in my last video because it's a 7.5. And I was talking about skipping a jig with it. And he's like, Jesus Christ, what are you, like 8 foot tall? And I'm like, no. But I can one-handed. It's so light. And what I've really been amazed with is because, you know, Jim, I know me and you had talked about skipping with the Helios, you know, and I was kind of concerned because it didn't have, you know, like a dual brake system and being able to adjust it on the fly. But man, I've really got it tuned to where I just take one-handed with a 7'5" and just come around with it and right under any tree I want.
Right.
Man.
And that longer line coming, or that longer rod, dude, you can move a lot of line too coming up with it, where that should really help you out actually.
Yeah, you know, but it's the rod and the reel, you know, the reel's so small. Again, you know, I've got big old mitts. So, you know, I mean, that Helios kind of disappears in my hand.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
That rod is so light. It's so easy to cast. If you watch that video with the wife, if you'll notice the whole time, I'm casting that one-handed the whole time. And that's a
that reel, it's built well too. It's got aluminum gears, aluminum shaft to it as well. It's built well.
So far that, and then the wobble head combination that I've been using, like I said, it's had the TCS
7.6
rod with it, 7.6, and I'm a fan of that thing. I can cast it a mile. Now it's that rod's a little heavier, So I can cast it one-handed, but I wouldn't want to do that all day.
Right. Yeah. Now I haven't had as much time with the cycle sticks as you guys. Now the medium power I did have last year. I just don't toss the medium that much to be able to use that rod that much. Like I said, the medium, heavy, and heavy that I have, I didn't recently get those till maybe a month or so ago because my first shipment was busted. So I don't have a whole lot of time with those, but just something about the way the SX rod feels in hand. If you guys have the SX?
I've got one of them, and it's a little light though. So I was like, not exactly what I want to do with it.
Which one you got?
I don't remember which one it is. I'd have to go look at it.
Just that real seat, dude. Like I said, the rod itself is so light. It's so comfortable.
It's light as can be.
Yeah. I mean, I could, like I said, I don't have much time with the cycle stick, but in hand, to me at least, I like the way the SX feels better.
Yeah.
Let's see, Steve Smith, have you guys fished Wacky rig with 7 or 8 inch Sinkos? 6 inch is the biggest that I've used. How about you guys? Anything that big?
No, I don't normally. If I go Wacky rig, to me, Wacky is like a finesse version of I'm not going to go with like an 8 inch Wacky. It doesn't mean you couldn't. I mean, there's now that I say that, I think there was a kid here that caught his PB on one of the ponds that I was talking to, and he was throwing a bullworm, a Wacky rigged KVD bullworm, like an 8 inch, whatever those are, 8 inch, 9 inch, which isn't even like a stick bait, like it's a shaky head one.
Was Debo turning around to look at the bag? Did I
literally do that?
Yeah.
I think the bag was right behind you.
Subconsciously, I did because I've got all my. I looked over at my box of all the shaky head worms, and I was thinking, man, it's actually like I was trying to think, shaky head worm.
Right, how convenient! Lord. It's right there,
Gosh, Jim.
I like to Carolina rig the 7
A hoodie? A hoodie?
No, not a hoodie. A Senko, the big Senkos. Now I do know that on a certain lake in South Carolina, you can pitch a 7 and 8 inch during the spring and slay big bass on them. So.
Fish in the Southeast, he's never heard hoodies before.
We're not in the know. JP Harrell made a good comment that said, "Don't sleep on a big straight worm Nico rigged." That's a good point. It's kind of like a cross between the Wacky rig and a shaky head. That's a good point, man.
Where are you at, Sloan Factor? I want to come.
I think he's down south. I think.
No wonder. Yeah, it's still hot down there.
My house and 20 feet deep cranks are doing great now, or should I say hoodie?
It's the
hoodies.
Kevin, appreciate the $5, buddy. Hank, I guess you are very durable if you are not catching any fish. Oh, they are very durable if you're not catching any fish.
Oh, I guess he's probably talking about the Senkos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, or maybe he's talking about the Ramsey.
Was the bait you just used? Yeah, the other day. Yeah, Ramsey.
Well, I mean, I didn't catch them. She did, and it's still in good shape. So,
okay, Angel, what's your absolute favorite square bill? What color and why? It's between the two. It's between KVD and the Bomber Square A. I'd probably go with the Bomber. I like the rattle better. I like that it's cheaper for one. If you're going to break some off, it's better breaking off a cheaper one versus a more expensive one. But for whatever reason, majority of the bigger bites that I've gotten have come on the Square A. Like I said, I toss a variety of square bills, but it seems like whenever that one comes out, the big ones hit it. And I don't know if it's because of the rattle. It's got more of a solid, one knocker type rattle. Not like the soft knock, like striking soft knock. But yeah, I'd have to go with Bomber Square A. And I'll downsize the split rings to a size 2 to upgrade the hooks to a 6 short shank. And I'll put an oval split ring on there. So you put a buck or two in terminal, but the bait itself is only like $4. They're very durable. Like I said, it doesn't hurt to break off a couple. And color would be red craw is the color that I probably do the best with. Now, Tennessee shad was my go-to for the longest time. For whatever reason, that color got discontinued. But there is talk that color could be coming back. And I'll keep you guys updated on that. I know a lot of you guys are pretty disappointed to see that color go. But it could be coming back.
discontinue that color.
Oh, I know, dude.
Yeah, that color.
Something about that color always got bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I like the green back. It's got like a kind of a greenish yellow back on it.
Got a little red throat.
Yeah, a little orange red throat. Yeah. It was a fish catcher, dude.
My square bills are generally DT6s and 10s.
16s maybe.
Because I live in highland reservoirs and they're clear, so most of the time, like, you can see anything in 5 foot of water, and if I can see it, I just soon pitch something at it. But no, same thing. When I do get to fish a square bill, dirtier water, it's probably going to be that red crawler, that demon color, or something like that.
But you, Debo, what's your favorite?
Of all time, I'd probably have to say just a KVD. I mean, KVD. I've caught more fish on a KVD than the Normans. I used to have a bunch of the Normans back in the day too. For whatever reason, whatever the shops were, always had those on sale. And Dad always let me like pick out a couple lures. And if they were clearing stuff, I could always get like a couple, if they were cheap. So I had a bunch of Normans, and then I don't remember if it's Bandit or Bomber. I always get the two mixed up, but it was one of those that I always seem to get good deals on too. But.
Bobby Basson, big support of the channel. Appreciate the $5, buddy. Hope all is well, man. Sloan Factor. I'm still looking for the Bantam. I'm trying to get the JDM model, and I've been looking at. I think you pronounce it Digitaka. I think is the name of the website. They have it the cheapest, and it's been out of stock. So I've been waiting to get it back in stock there, and I'll be picking one up.
Yeah, Bandit 100s.
Yeah, that's a good one. Bandit 100.
Yep.
See, I'll tell you.
Here it is. Gee, go figure.
I know. Wait, right here.
Yeah, because everybody's got a Bandit 100 around them. Yeah, go figure.
I'll tell you what's funny is that where I live at, the 300s are what everybody likes to fish.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Let me look to my old. This is an old box. I think I've got one of those, and it's not even a. Oh, it's not in this one. Pretty sure it was a Norman.
Everyone's getting out the boxes now.
Yeah,
there's one that was like it wasn't even a square bill.
How you like? Look, you checking the mullet out?
I've been seeing that hair's been getting pretty long there, buddy. I've been seeing that.
Well, it's not really a mullet. It's just so long I can put it behind my ears now.
There you go. That was a bomber, Debo.
Huh?
That was a bomber, right?
Yeah, I had a bunch of those, and then I had whatever that Norman was. It was like a silver with a black back. I had a bunch of those that I fished. I don't know where that was at.
You got some hand painted little Normans and bombers, and
very cool.
That's pretty much what I was planning on throwing kind of tomorrow, and this bad boy right here.
I like the looks of that one.
Yeah, that's like a Tennessee shad color, right? That grayish or
yeah.
yellow.
Yeah, they call it the honey shad, I think is what that color is.
Ah, that's strange that they would have gotten rid of that color. That's like, that's one that
Tennessee shad.
Yeah. So they have
something
that came out
when I
new
talked to
that's
them about
like
it, they even said that a lot of people love that color. I don't even think they were sure why they got rid of it.
Did you say Strike King?
No, it's Bomber though.
Oh,
Tennessee shad.
Oh, I thought because doesn't Strike King have that same color?
Yeah, they got one too. It looks a bit different than the Bomber.
Here's something I'm going to show you, just to show you the more things change, right? The more they stay the same. So here's one of the daggone it. All right. So here's one of the frit sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Old coffin bill.
Mm-hmm. This was actually one of the originals. I don't remember who made this. I think maybe Bomber or Bandit. Bandit. Yeah.
Yeah, the eyes look like a Bandit. Yeah.
Yeah. So this little thing right here. Gosh, I used to crush them on this little thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
But, they're a lot alike, a little wider coffin, bill, but One's balsa wood, a little lighter, and the other's got a bunch more weights in it. But that box will be going in the boat with me tomorrow. Look, it says 0 to 10, but I'll have you notice that the very first baits are like 8-foot divers. It just progressively gets deeper. So,
all right, guys, this or that, Ned or shaky head. I have not had the best of luck with a Ned, and I'm not sure if it's just the muddy water or what. I don't have that much confidence in a smaller bait in that muddier water that doesn't do anything. So I like a bit bigger bait, a bit more action with the shaky head versus a Ned with the watercolor that I fish. Obviously, the Ned freaking catches the heck out of them, just not, at least for me, in the watercolor that I'm fishing.
I go in, it's weird because I go in like phases. Like it's been, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, I would have told anybody that I could catch a fish on a shaky head anywhere I went. Like it was my confidence lure. And since then I've kind of just switched over to the Ned rig and like different Ned rig pairings. I would definitely take a Ned rig now. I'm just way more confident in it right now.
I will always start with the shaky head, but if that's not, but that's always for me. It's like if I'm throwing a shaky head, the bite's slow, and if the bite's slow on a shaky head, I go to a Ned rig. So,
see, if I'm fishing that muddier water, I always have a shaky head out, just because if I'm fishing around a stump in muddier water, there should be a fish there. So after I've done cranked it and everything else, I'll still pitch a shaky head to that stump just to see if there is a fish there. That's about as finesse as I like to get on those lakes. You won't see no drop shot and things like that.
What are you throwing it on? You throwing a shaky head on a spinner?
Well, I'll have it on spinning, and I got one on casting gear too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was wondering.
I usually put like a 3/8.5 on casting, then I'll put a lighter head on a spinning combo.
Gotcha.
Thomas, big support of the channel. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate the $5. Love it when you three are together. It's always hilarious as well as informative. Good time. He's a good dude. David Jones, anyone you guys would recommend as a real mechanic? Trey Harple would be the guy that I would recommend. I think it's THRealTuningandCleaning.com. You can just look him up on Facebook, Trey Harple, and you can just message him on there, but he does have a website. But he's where I learned a lot of stuff that I know from him. So he's a good dude. He's been doing it for years, and he does a lot of them every year, so he's got plenty of experience.
Cool.
Yeah, he does the real cleaning, paints baits, things like that. And Debo, I guess you're still running your website, right?
For real cleaning?
No, for baits, painting baits, and all that.
Oh yeah. I haven't done a drop. I've had a bunch of stuff going on, so unfortunately, I don't have anything up there now. I'm out of everything. But
okay, I gotcha. Hey, that's a good thing though. You sold out, right? That's good.
Yeah, it's a good problem. It's just bad that I can't keep up with.
Right.
Need more time. All
right. You got to start streaming like 5 days a week.
I know, yeah. If I wasn't here talking with you yahoos, I could be painting, but geez.
Man, but we sure do appreciate you, buddy.
Oh,
it's
dude,
blessed having you on the channel, man.
Man.
You're just gonna have to put those kids to work, man. Get them down there, get the sweatshop going.
See, I told them there's no reason they can't learn to put on split rings and treble hooks.
There you go.
Like, well, she's like, Dad, what if I put a hook in my finger? I said, honey, you've got 9 others. You'll be fine. And she's like, I'm kidding.
Say, I know the braid trick.
Yeah. It's fine, honey. Pop it out.
Okay, we got 130 people on here still. You guys are awesome. Do appreciate that. We're an hour and 28 minutes in, so let's each pick one comment here, and then we'll just pick a random comment for the MTB Elite box here, and we'll call it a night. So you guys got a comment? We'll pull it up on the screen here. I'm going to go with this one here. Anthony, would 20-pound mono be okay to use on a baitcaster for lily pads until I get some braided line? Before I got into braid, throwing frogs, around pads, open water, 20-pound mono is what I used. I just made sure that I had a bit stiffer rod. Now I use more of a moderate fast, but when I was using mono, I used more of a faster action, even an extra fast at times, just to make up for that extra stretch in the mono. So I kind of beefed up the whole combo with the rod just because the line was, had some stretch to it, where braid doesn't. So that's why I like a bit softer rod. So yeah, I think you're totally cool using mono until you get yourself some braid. Like I said, I did it for years. No problem at all, man. What you guys got?
Are we talking about mono or braid on that?
Oh, that's just the question that I picked there.
Oh.
You guys want to grab one and we'll call it a night after that?
As far as that question goes, you hit the nail on the head for me.
Okay. Will, appreciate the $5, buddy. 3 awesome dudes. Thank you for all your knowledge you shared. Debo, 3 nights in a row. Glad able to catch the live with Tackle Junkie 81. Yeah, dude. Debo's, man, he's putting in work, brother. Like I said earlier, I felt bad about even asking him, you know.
No way. Don't feel bad, dude.
And here I'm making run the stream.
He's like, oh, hey, yeah, would you want to go live with me? Sure, man. Oh, actually, will you guys just take over for me?
Y'all just handle this tonight. Me and the wife are having date night. Where you
got any bills you need paid? Send those over. We'll just take care of your bills and whatever we can do.
Anyone tuning in here, I was not on the stream for the first half hour. We had major technical issues over here, but these 2 dudes, man, I love these dudes. They took over and, man, they handled it. They're awesome guys.
I've got a question here. It's actually for you, Jim. It's KRDPF or RDP Fishing Outdoors, right above. Let's see, I can't see the timestamp over here, but right above Thomas Palmer with the $4.99.
Okay. You have a timestamp on
that? Let's see.
Oh wait, here we go.
There.
Oh wait, that's a real mechanic. There we go. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was asking if. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
When you Texas rig your line, do you Texas rig your line with beads? I asked because I ordered beads in 2 colors, silver and black, and plan on Texas rigging with beads to protect your knot. Texas rigging. When I Texas rig with beads, I'm doing this for the extra sound. You know, just with that dirtier water. Even when I'm fishing jigs, you know, I always like to have rattles. And kind of the same deal with a Texas rig. I do it for the noise.
And to be perfectly honest, if you're using glass beads, that's probably going to damage your knot more than it actually protects your knot. I'd probably put a keeper or a bobber stop just above the knot to keep it from bopping that knot.
Good point. I don't know if you guys do. I take a pretty good chunk out of my plastic. I make sure my plastic's up over my knot.
Yeah.
So you guys do the same, yeah?
Yeah. 90% of the time, yeah. If I'm just Texas rigging.
All right, Debo, you got a question, man?
I don't, but mine, because I don't see anything new. I think we've pretty much hit everything. I don't, unless somebody's got one right now you want to throw at me. I saw this or that. Matthew at 926 said green pumpkin or watermelon. I'm for sure team green pumpkin. That was at 926.
I got you.
I don't fish watermelon a ton, except for those 48s that I was showing earlier this year. I was throwing that wacky rig and had. It's amazing the amount of light that gets through, like on a sunny day, to that watermelon red, and there's like has a ton of that red flake in it. Like when it goes down, that flake really makes a crazy difference. Like it almost looks like a red worm going down. Right. And I honestly don't throw watermelon red enough, like in clear water like that. And it did great. I mean, it destroyed. But
so you said they're clear water. So yeah, I hardly ever throw it just because I don't have much clear water. I'm more green pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm a green pumpkin. You can throw in clear water, dirty water. Like you can get away with it pretty much anywhere. So that's usually why I always go green pumpkin.
I'm a green pumpkin guy, but I will tell you this: there's certain times, and when your lake is turning over, if you've got stuff you can flip. Pull out that watermelon red and go flip that shallow stuff. You, especially in a rage bug, structure bug type deal, and a structure bug, that sort of deal during the spring. Take and just put a little bit of chartreuse on the very edges of those claws. Man, it looks like a bluegill, and when you're flipping around and throwing around, especially stuff where beds might be, God, those bass hate that thing, man. They will crush it. Don't pull the flippers apart so that it looks, because if you take a rage crawl and not crawl, but a structure bug, turn it on its side, it looks just like a little 2-3 inch bluegill.
Right. All right, guys. What is the plan to pick us a winner? When I
Well,
pick
I
a number or
can-
something. Mr. Hoodie. What you calling it? You guys got any ideas? We need to pick us a winner for the Elite Box. Remember, guys, use code TJ81 to get your first box as little as $10. What's
Ask
the idea
a trivia.
here?
Ask a tackle junkie trivia question, then pick the winner.
Tackle junkie trivia. Good question. Okay, do we want like a certain topic?
Hey, dude, this is yours. I'm not running. We're not running it anymore. Now you're on your own.
Well, you guys ran it majority of the time. I figured you guys could do this too. You know.
Oh, Fishing with Gramps says he could use the giveaway tool. He's on his phone, Gramps. Kyle Skagg says bomber. Brody guesses out there for what the thing's gonna be. Chris says tequila sunrise. No, that's my question.
Man, I don't know.
Can I enter 1.5?
Yeah, 1.5.
Let's see here. They should know this. We get kind of talked about it a little bit. My PB that came from the little park lake right by my house. What was the bait and color that I caught that fish on?
Shoot.
It's been in videos. You guys have seen it on live. Bait and color. Trying to think where it's even.
He might happen to have one. Go figure.
Well, I have it. I'll pull it down. I have it up here.
Oh, is it the actual bait?
Bait and color. Yep.
No, I mean, is it the actual one that caught it?
Yep.
It was not girthy hoodies.
Girthy hoodies. That's fantastic.
Says Kenneth Harden.
There's another Kyle put in hoodie. Pikachu.
Somebody has. I have seen.
It
somebody
was
guess
not
the bait.
Debo's dog, Stubby.
Stubby dog's upstairs sleeping.
I don't think we're getting a lot.
Pikachu lore, yeah. What is that? Oh my god.
Okay, we have a couple people that said the bait wrong color. No, it was not the helicopter lure.
Dude, my grandpa used to have some of those. Yeah,
Banjo Minnow.
Okay, so here's a funny thing. So Chris Russ, I don't know if Chris Russ is still in here, but Chris was talking about the nose rig fluke thing that the guys at Tactical Bass were doing. Yeah, so I was talking with Chris, and I'm like, dude, that's actually a really cool idea. He shared it with me, so I checked out their video. And last night, or was it my live? I think it was my live last night. I'm like, dude, now that I think about that, it's like the frickin' Banjo Minnow, because they had a thing where you could do that, and then they had the hook with the two little like rubber. Like I don't even know what you call them. They look like little rubber stoppers where you put one stopper on the hook first, then you put the Banjo Minnow on, then the other rubber stopper, and it had like little rubber bands so you could rig them weedless. I'm like, dude, it's like the Banjo Minnow rig. Yeah. And he sent me a screenshot today of his. He's like, dude, you were talking about the Banjo Minnow, and now I'm getting Banjo Minnow ads on my Instagram thing. I'm like, dude, I've been seeing these Banjo Minnow ads too. What the hell? Like, how is that even still around? Somebody said they must have brought it back. Somebody said a new company or they brought it back or something. I thought that was funny as hell.
Okay, we're not getting anybody to guess this.
All right, you got to.
This is a bad idea.
Give a hint.
Well, so there's a few people that have it.
I don't remember the color. Wagasaki.
I can't really give a hint.
Yeah, true.
Google's always listening. Yep. Google's listening.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
Right. Well, this was a bad idea. I'm sorry. I thought the trivia would be fun, but
there's a couple that are close. Should I say what it is? And Seth, the question was, I'll say it one more time. The question was my PB, my first PB. I don't have a weight on it. We're saying 7 pounds. It was caught really close to my house. What was the bait and color? I've mentioned it many times and streamed. It's hanging actually behind me on the wall. I've got video on it. Nope, wasn't Zuki bug. Was not underspin. Dang it, Debo. Bad idea.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nobody gets it in 1 minute. We're picking a number.
Don't listen to me. See, I'm sorry.
See,
This
there's
is
another one that got it, but wrong color. There's a few in here that have it, wrong color.
Dude, it has to be specific with a $400 giveaway like you're doing. I think you're right. The question is specific.
No, I don't think so. Maybe, probably $50. It was funny. I think I just put the headphones on. I heard you guys talking about that. Was not a rattlebot. Was not spinnerbait, chatterbait. Nope, no frog. Bad idea. We're picking a number.
Okay, pick a number. I'm sorry. I take full responsibility, everyone.
Okay, we got a number 1.
Sorry.
Make it easy. 1 through 50. Somebody's got to write it down. You guys want to write it down?
It's all you, Hank. Get it.
Hank,
Oh,
write it
man,
down.
I had
Right
to do it the last time. 1 through 50.
I'm not good at this stuff. I've already ruined the first one. I will not be held liable for the second one.
Since nobody grabbed it.
Oh, crap. Slow down, people.
Hank, you got a number?
Yeah, I got it.
1 through 50.
I ain't seen it yet.
So there's Steven says square A, red apple craw. It was square A in chartreuse blackback, and she even broke the bill out of it. This is the one here that I caught her on. A few people said bomber square A, just wrong color. Hank, anybody got the number here?
Yeah, there it is. There it is right there, I think. Let me double check, make sure nobody else has said it. Looks like Matt Meyer got it. I want to make sure nobody was before him. The number was 24. He said 24. I don't see it anywhere else up here.
Quick.
I know, man. It started rolling. I was like, "Whoa, slow down, people."
Oh, wait a second here. Did we miss this? No, he probably put it in. Fishing with Gramps has, I guess there's already a number, so he would have came after that. Fishing with Gramps, square A in chartreuse. The numbers already came through, so it's too late.
Yeah. So it looks like Matt Meyer 24.
Matt Meyer.
Pay no attention to all the other numbers on this, but let me get it. There it is. I know that is a 24. So help me God.
Oh, that's 24.
Yeah.
Is that how the
I
hunting
just wrote
people
it
write?
I just wrote it fast. You people started throwing numbers. I was like, I gotta put a number down.
All right, hold on. I don't know if it's on here or not. Matt Meyer, are you on here? The number might already be gone.
It was at 9:36.
I got it.
It's almost
I got
all
it
the
right
way
here. All right, there's our winner, Matt Meyer. Yes, he's on here. There he is. You are the winner, dude. Make sure you email me. I'll be down in the description, or you can message me on Instagram and Facebook. And guys, we were going to wrap it up, man. It's been one heck of a night. Like I said, if you guys just getting on here, these two dudes right here, man, they ran the show for like first 45 minutes. I was not here because, well, we were having technical issues. But these dudes, man, if you guys are not following them, BassGeek, Debo, make sure you guys follow them. They'll be linked down below. Love these guys. Love all you guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We will see you guys on the next one. We are out.